See how many guys that, we can give them the knowledge, the experience, the technique, the fundamentals, the ability to go out and execute so that they can play winning football in the fall. So the more guys that we can get lots of turns, improve their knowledge and experience in the spring, obviously is going to help us tremendously in terms of what they're going to be able to contribute to the team in the fall. So I think at this point, everybody needs to be able to self-assess. I think you want to self-assess what kind of competitor you are in terms of, did you give effort? Did you play with toughness? Do you really know what to do? None of those things really take any ability. So it's just about being conscientious and about, being in good enough condition to be able to sustain those things, for the entire scrimmage. So, but look, we're not disappointed in where we are. We're certainly not where we'd like to be or want to be or need to be. And, but I think that because of the circumstance we're in, we're getting a lot of young players, a lot of opportunities, which I think is really important. Having 3 offensive linemen out, 2 starters, for the entire spring. Actually, we had a couple guys out on defense today, so that gave some other guys some opportunity, nothing serious. But so, all in all, I thought the effort was pretty good out there. There were some really good collisions. Guys played with toughness. I thought we executed okay on offense. I think we, dropped some balls, which is something that we need to clean up. Probably had too many pre-snap penalties, which is on both sides of the ball, which is something we need to clean up. So just playing smart football. It's important to have a great sense of urgency, but it's also important to be able to play with intelligence and make good choices and decisions so that you can play winning football. But, all in all, I'm not disappointed where we are. I just think that we just got to take everybody from wherever they are and try to keep working with them so we can continue to improve.
Right here, Nick. You mentioned some drop balls, but how would you assess the wide receivers group as you guys have some turnover this offseason?
Yeah, Jermaine Burton did a good job today. Little Aaron Anderson had a couple big plays, did a nice job. Really good run after catch ability. Took a 5-yard play and, ran it for 35, 40 yards against first team defense. So I think the receivers are, coming along. Trayshawn Holden has been pretty consistent all spring. Of course, Jacory's not out there, Brooks. And the young guys seem to be getting better and better. JoJo, Leary, they're all Tyu Jones-Bell. They're all seem to, at times show a lot of promise in terms of what they can do.
Coach, I've heard you talk in the past about the importance of scrimmage work of having coaches back off the players so there's not a coach right in their ear. Is that something you did today, or is that more for next Saturday?
No, we did it today. Everybody was on the sidelines. Sometimes you got to let the players play. Can't tell them what to do. Can't make the calls for them. I'm the only one that was allowed on the field today, and most of the time, the coaching points I gave were not technique oriented.
We'll come back over here, Charlie.
Just you mentioned the receivers. What do you see from the quarterbacks, especially those younger guys that are coming along?
I think Bryce had a good day today. Like I said, we had a couple drops. But, the first offense, for the most part, moved the ball really well. Didn't do great in the third down period, but I think that was more the pressure. The offensive line got to continue to improve there. But I thought Jalen Milroe has made, really consistent strides. And he did some good things today. He actually moved the team. We always give the second guy an opportunity with the first team, and he moved the team down the field pretty effectively. So I think he's got a better understanding of what we're doing, and is getting a little more consistent in his ability to execute. And of course, Ty's just a young guy, freshman. He's got a lot of promise, a lot of upside, smart guy, works hard at it. Everything's pretty fast for him right now, but You know, we're not at all disappointed in the progress that he's making.
Back over here, Tony.
Yeah, it's so hard to get that inside pass rush. It's a valuable trade. You're losing that with Fedarian Mathis. How has that looked so far this spring, and who on the team kind of do you think that could kind of fill in that role of that inside pass rush?
You know, we got a couple guys that I think that are all young guys that can really, you know, make a difference there. But I don't think it's worthy of, you know, mentioning anybody's name right now until they actually prove that they can do it on a little more consistent basis. But I think we got some guys that can do it. I think we got some pretty good edge rushers. You know, Braswell has done really well. Dallas has done well. Will has done well. You know, Will didn't work today, but it was more by design. But gave those other guys a chance to do it. So that's an area that we got to work on. I think we got guys that can do it. But I think them doing it correctly so that they learn how to push the pocket, especially when you got good edge rushers, is really important.
Okay, we'll do two more on Zoom. We'll start with Aaron.
You've talked about great teams of the past, great players of the past. You almost universally cite their competitive character. What has this team showed you so far about their competitive character?
You know, this team's been really good. I mean, this team doesn't have any complainers. Guys just do what they're coached to do. They work hard. You know, we don't have a lot of negative guys on this team, and we have some real positive leadership, which I think is always important. And hopefully we can, you know, build on that, and that'll be something that's an asset for this team. It's easy to start that way. It's more difficult to sustain, and hopefully this team will be able to sustain it, and that'll help us in terms of our development when the fall rolls around.
We'll finish up with Mike Rodak on Saturday.
What was your impression of Jahmyr Gibbs in the first time in a scrimmage setting today, and just how is Trey Sanders taking advantage of that opportunity with that group as well?
Both those guys did really well. I can't read the stats here, but they both had some good runs. You know, we wanted those guys all to carry the ball, you know, 10, 12 times. I think Trey had 73 yards. Jahmyr had 54, 55. You know, I was really good. You know, Jermaine Miller got an opportunity too, and he did a nice job. So I do think that we're running the ball a little more consistently than at this time a year ago. So hopefully we continue to build on that.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time.